Hey there everybody, I'm Jack. This is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you're all having a great weekend. I'm having a nice Saturday. I got up this morning, hydrated properly, had 3 quarts of watermelon juice, and got out there and got my sun early because it is a hot one today. It's just like nasty hot out there. But yeah, other than that, just a really nice day here. Very relaxing holiday weekend. Today I want to talk about some mindfulness reminders, a simple but powerful practice. Guys, I do videos every day, so if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate it if you go down and hit that subscribe button now. Then click on the little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel. I'm starting to share more of my mindfulness. I've actually been doing some little beginner things for some people on an individual basis, and I would like to expand on that. And the reason the mindfulness reminders and the reason I'm real interested in sharing little bites of mindfulness is because I think they'll help. I think a lot of people are intimidated by the bigger picture like meditation and things like that. And also I learned a few tricks because now I've been back to meditating now regularly for about a month and a half. But when I kind of got into my head when I had this condition worse in my torso here. And I had just, I'd stopped, I hadn't meditated for about, 4 months or something like that. But all during that time, I was practicing little bits of mindfulness because it's just so important to connect. And I do a number of things. First of all, let me do a little reading for you that I found. And I'll try my best to remember to link in the description below. Just a little for people out there, because everybody's talking about mindfulness these days. So let's just see what one person's version of it. It's somebody that I read quite a lot too. I like this guy. Jon Kabat-Zinn, Defining Mindfulness. Now I'm reading an article of his. I need to get to that. I've got his book, Wherever You Go, There You Are. But here we go. In 1979, Jon Kabat-Zinn recruited chronically ill patients not responding well to traditional treatments to participate in this newly formed 8-week stress reduction program, which we now call mindfulness-based stress reduction. Since then, substantial research has mounted demonstrating how mindfulness-based interventions improve mental and physical health, comparably so to other psychological interventions. We sat down with him about his definition of mindfulness. The definition of mindfulness. Mindfulness is awareness that arises through paying attention, on purpose, in the present moment, non-judgmentally, says Kabat-Zinn. And then sometimes I add, in the service of self-understanding and wisdom. Let's read that one again. That one's really good. Mindfulness is awareness that arises through paying attention, on purpose, in the present moment, non-judgmentally. And then sometimes add, in the service of self-understanding and wisdom. We all take ourselves too seriously because we believe that there's someone to take seriously, that me. We become the star of our own movie, the story of me, starring, of course, me. And everyone else becomes a bit player in our movie. And then we forget that it's a fabrication, it's a construction, and that it's not a movie and that there's no you that you can actually find if you were to peel back. Are you your name? Are you your age? Are you your thoughts? Are you your opinions? Are you your genetic inheritance? Even your genes, if you meditate or eat differently, they're going to be expressed by the hundreds differently. So you're not even your genetic inheritance. So who are you? And here's where the rubber really meets the road. The question is much more important than the dime store answers that we come up with. So then we can notice this phenomenon called selfing. How much of our time we are running the narrative of I, me, and mine, which is now being identified with certain regions of the brain that do that narrative default mode kind of thing. And then mindfulness, MBSR, has been shown to light up other areas, more lateral areas, where there's no story of me. It's just this breath, that out breath. And it's not me breathing either. If it was up to me to be breathing, I would have died a long time ago. Oops. Got distracted, forgot, dead. But it's just basically for me, it's even, I can even simplify it anymore. It's just being in the now, coming back to the now, connecting to the now, realizing that this is what we have. Now, the small reminders, and I've started doing this with myself, so it's not just, so I kind of keep, like, I want to expand my practice. In other words, instead of just my time of day where I, sit and connect in proper meditation, I want to be doing it all day long. So I use little reminders. That's what I use. So you've probably seen me wearing these before. I wear these little bracelets sometime. I've got one, Be Here Now. And I've also got another one that is just simply, you probably don't see the white there, but just simply says breathe. And they're good. They work. They work because you're going to look at your wrist. It's some course during the day, you're not going to not look at your wrist. So it's always connecting. Other ones that I do, and I've been doing this lately. Let me grab something real quick. I've started putting up little sticky notes around the house, and I would highly encourage this. Highly, highly, highly encourage this. And all I do is write things on there like, be here now. I've got one in the house, be here now. I've got another one that just says breathe. Another good one is just to have one that says breathe in, breathe out. And then there's also one that I really like, and it just, and mix them up around the house. At first I was going to put all the same, and then I'm like, no, let's mix it up. Another one I really like a lot is Thich Nhat Hanh, who is another, pioneer of this mindfulness thing, this mindfulness meditation. He's a little Buddhist monk from Vietnam, who I've read for decades and decades, but he's got one that I really like. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. That's a beautiful one, so write that down. Now what you want to do is, I put some, you in the beginning, it's odd. Your house, your surroundings, but I put a few out and around, but I realized okay, well, I ended up putting them places that I'm not passing by as much, or when I'm passing by, it's not affecting me. So I just started putting them more places. So I would suggest putting a bunch of them around the house and let it go. Okay, if you find yourself after a couple of days or whatever, well, I'm not stopping to do it all that much to take note, put some more up. Okay, well, maybe I should put it here. I'm always, standing over here. And all you need to do, here's the part. So what do you do when you encounter these little mindfulness reminders, these little sticky notes places? And you can make a whole practice of this. Think about if you did that around your house, and if you go out to the workplace, maybe you may not have total control in your work environment to put them all over the place, but you can sure put one, I'm sure, somewhere within your workstation. And all you need to do, you don't have to take any time, away from your job, whatever you're doing. Just when you see those things, stop, be aware, and just realize, breathe in and breathe out. But as you're breathing in, just realize, that's it. Just realize, I'm breathing in. No judgment, no thought. I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. Now, if you have time, stand there and do a few breaths over and over. But even if you only did one and were really connected, really just paying attention to your breath, you're not trying to count, you're not doing anything, you're just aware you're breathing in, you're aware you're breathing out. Now, if you got those little notes around, and think about that. If you're stopping around, you see one here, you see one there, you go by here. If you're checking in and doing this 8 to 10 times a day, you're getting a lot. It's like having snacks between the meals. You're getting a lot of little nice bites in there. You're getting some calories, some mindfulness calories in there, and it's added to my practice. I enjoy it, and I do it. I need to do it more, and I'm gonna probably put some more stickies up today. But it's a very powerful practice. Like I said, I'm gonna start sharing more about from my mindfulness practice from this particular perspective for beginners that are intimidated by it. Very, very short exercises. I'll still, do my normal channel here. I'm gonna share this probably somewhere else, but the mindfulness, man, read some of it. It's a beautiful thing. And sometimes if I wasn't already into the mindfulness thing, I'd probably be stubborn right now, because it's real trendy. There's a lot of stuff on mindfulness out there, and usually I go the opposite direction. If everybody else is saying, oh, you need to do this, I go in the other direction. But fortunately, I've been reading about mindfulness for many years, and it'll change your life. It'll change your life. It's important, is as an important practice to me as my food, as getting out in nature, and all of it. All of it works together. It's a holistic approach to have a healthy mind, body, spirit, the whole package. So it's not just food, it's not just exercise, it's not just this, it's not just that. It's a number of different things all working together. But we all need that. That's the only place we exist, is right now. You know, half of the things you worry about, if you think about the past, how many things have you worried about never even came to pass and you worried for days? How many things have you worried about and it did happen, but it wasn't really nearly as catastrophic as you thought, and you've wasted that worry? The past, you can't change it. The only place you can control and the only place you can live, the only place you're sure of, is here and now. Anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this one today. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you tomorrow. Love you guys. Peace.